Welcome back and good morning, Central Oregon. Tim Higdon joins me this morning. He is a certified imago therapist. Good morning.
Good morning, Christy.
So it is Valentine's Day. Tim and I are wearing red for a reason. And when we typically think of Valentine's Day, you know, it's kind of the hallmark holiday is a lot of what it's become, the hearts, the cards, the flowers, the chocolates. But what are the differences between romantic love and real love?
Well, Christy, romantic love is the first stage of a committed relationship. And that's where we have, our brains have these endorphins that rise up and we just can't get enough of each other. We spend it all night talking, we think about each other throughout the day, et cetera, et cetera. It's the first stage of becoming committed. And then about the time we become committed, unfortunately, the chemicals begin to wear off. So the endorphins are fleeting. The romantic love phase is fleeting.
But real love can last a lifetime.
Real love can last a lifetime to those couples that are willing to be intentional about learning to support each other in their differences. Let me explain. I think when the chemicals fall away, then what happens is all couples experience some form of a letdown or disillusionment in the worst case. And so we often think, well, we must have chosen wrong. That's not the case. And real love is defined by our willingness to learn about those differences and learn how to support each other. And it's the feeling of when couples accomplish real love, the feeling is that we have someone that we feel totally accepted by and we're connected to. Passion, real passion, begins to show up.
And you were saying real love is not defined by the in-love feeling, but by the intentional commitment to show up for each other.
Right.
That's what you're talking about, that intentional commitment.
Yes, and I think all couples have a learning curve there. I often like to say it this way: we didn't marry ourselves.
Yeah.
We married this other person. And that's the conundrum in relationship is, oh, I'm married to someone else who's not me. And we often think of it as though if you don't think or feel the same way I do about things, then we must not be right for each other, and that's simply not true.
I appreciate that my husband is a different person than me and often has some very different opinions and things that I might not have thought about.
Yes.
And that's something I love about him. How can we think about real love then on Valentine's Day?
Well, you can ask your partner, how would you like me to show you that I love you? What is your love language? We can ask our partners these questions and we can be ready to listen to their answers. And quite frankly, we often discover that the difference is a difference, that their love language is not ours. And we often give our partners, unconsciously we can give our partners what feels like love to us, but isn't our partners. So truly listening. I remember three couples years ago in the paper that were married 50 years ago in La Pine, and one guy said something that I thought was marvelous in the whole article. He said, I had to do a lot of listening. So here's a person who I made up, obviously listened to his partner and found out what made his partner feel loved and tried to support her there.
And don't be surprised if giving your partner what they need to feel loved is a stretch for you, because that's what you're talking about. We don't all speak that same love language. And also unconsciously giving our partner what we need. So we do sometimes give them what we need, but we don't realize it.
Right. We give them what we need, and that may not be what they need. Maybe I need more touch, and my partner needs more acts of service, or little gifts that show her that I'm thinking of her.
Right.
And that may be her love language.
So what can couples do to learn more about real love that lasts a lifetime? I understand you have some workshops coming up.
I do have a workshop called Getting the Love You Want. It's a marvelous workshop. But I also want to plug that any couple getting marriage education, I think, is not tantamount to failure.
Right.
It is really caring and committing to the relationship and realizing that we have a learning curve. And so finding tools and information is essential to developing real love that can last a lifetime.
Yeah, I completely agree. Going to something like these workshops doesn't mean that you're failing in your marriage. It means that you want to be successful.
It's a real misnomer, and couples who come to my workshops in particular get that feeling. They come away with that.
So this will be March 18th, 19th, and 20th. Here in Bend at the Phoenix Inn, Friday evening from 6 to 9, Saturday and Sunday from 8:30 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. And then for more information, they can call you, and we've got Tim's number. It is 541-330-9782 extension 1, or portlandrelationshipcenter.com is the website where you can sign up to register and find out more. Because if you can't hit this one, I understand. I think you've got another one coming up in September. Another round, or
yes, here in Bend,
yes.
And I have a couple in Portland coming up in May and August.
Yes, so wherever you can, this is important information to make sure that your relationships are successful. So again, 541-330-9782 extension 1 and portlandrelationshipcenter.com. So Tim, it was great to see you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you too.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.